Alright, welcome back everyone. I've got all the lights rigged up to the batteries now so we can sort of see the full effect of everything. I think it's cool. My display doesn't show the colors as great as it does in person. These are really pink down here, and the blue really bleeds up good in the rear building. Let's see, get this down here. With hindsight being what was, I would not put these lights in the actual slots on the road. I think I'm going to obscure them some tonight, but in person, let's see if I turn the light up. It'll show y'all more detail. Maybe it adjusts. I don't know if y'all can tell from y'all's display, but it's very obvious where the LEDs are under the road. And I would put them off to the side, especially since we got that reflector down there now showing that stuff. But otherwise, I think all the lights look really cool in the windows and the shop and everything here. Got some good ambiance there. I'll turn you back down for this part. Like I say, it got two lights in here, and it does a real good job of distributing the pink, and the coming out from under the door is cool too. But I just wanted to get that out of the way because I did want to see all the lights in action myself personally. But let's get speaking of lights, let's get some. We can adjust these back up gradually. Whoops. And I just unplugged you. Hang on a second. Okay. And I've had a few, I guess, at least 3 or 4 suggestions on possible celebratory 2K subscriber projects. All look pretty good to me. Worth consideration. Also, one more quick sort of thing to take care of. If I can find a good pointer stick. Something to... got all this stuff. Okay, here we go. This will work. I put this AC unit in the wrong place. I found out I'm about to see that I actually need this whole doorway exposed. So we're going to ad-lib on this a little bit. But other than that, this is supposed to be over here somewhere. So this, like I say, this doorway's got a catwalk that goes into it that I'm going to mess up. But other than that, I think everything looks good. It's all going to work out in the end anyway. But that's just something I noticed, like I said, as I was getting prepared for today's build. But should be reasonably painless today, I think. Got like a bunch of small details to do here on the road. Get y'all situated. It's all going to be in this general area here. We're not going to do anything on this, a little bit on this side of the road. That's right, there is one other little piece to do. But I'm going to put most of our little tiny pieces that we've been spent the other days building in place. And I have misplaced. There it is. I gotta have some moss and pebbles and stuff to go today too, but I hadn't got those pulled. Okay, so gonna start off the pieces that are basically ready to go. I think there's room here for all of them. This goes on. All this is part of the same structure here. I see this is the catwalk I was talking about coming out of this window. We get to put our street sign up. I think the wheels go on after a while. Our bench gets put in place, as well as, evidently this is supposed to be like a cash register, the back side of a cash register or something. So because that's going to be, they made me build that hollow box, and then they put something right in front of it. So I'm going to be kicking it out a little bit further just so I can keep my box on display. And I just saw this piece of... Alright. But that's going to be our... I'll say these aren't actually on the first step of our first step today. All this stuff is, though. So I'm going to get my Gorilla Glue super glue out. And I'm going to start I think I'm going to try and start back here and work my way up and out. Yeah, I think that'll work. Super glue has almost glued itself shut, but it didn't. Okay, so put a nice coating on the bottom here. Probably too much. I can get some of that back off. This goes supposedly there's room right there, but there's not. Okay. Okay, so it's going to be hanging off into the street up here a bit, it looks like. There. Oop, don't break it off. I hope I got enough pressure. I couldn't get enough pressure there. Okay, here we go. That's getting better. Give it a good 10 seconds now. Yeah, that sort of works. It's almost in the road, but it's not quite the base down there. Okay, alright. Okay, got our street sign there. Okay, then next, our little stool, bench, thingamajigger goes right over here in this little corner there. So got a little more room to operate with this one, I think. So I just hit the yes. Tuck you in there, a little pressure. And I desperately hope this one's going to be less than 90 minutes long. It should be. I don't see any way I could possibly make it last this long for what I've got planned today. But I wouldn't underestimate myself either as far as that goes. Okay. Got our bench in place. Now, let's say this is our cash register, and it says to put it like here, right in front of that box we built. So I'm going to kick it out to about here so you can still see behind it from the side and see all our little details in there. That's what I think's a good compromise. Just going to bring it out almost to the edge of the sidewalk there. Coating on there. Let's see, sort of. Pressure there. I don't see anything else that's going to get in the way here. I just sort of think this is a good compromise because I'm possessive over all that work I put into making those little tiny boxes work. Alright. Okay, it's staying in place. We got that. Like I say, you can sort of see behind it, so that's like a counter. Yeah. Okay, now we get to put this dealio, sort of a guardrail. I can use my little box and hit both those nicely. And try not to knock my street sign over there. So get you down with a little pressure. This doesn't feel like it's going to be sturdy enough. Okay. It did sort of stay. Yeah, not falling out, so cool. We got our... Obviously not to scale because there's not enough room to walk between the guardrail and the bench. There. And that's actually, I'm going to save the tires for later because I'm going to be working over here where they're at. Okay, so get my gluing board out here for a second. Get I say build a catwalk now. These guys. And my super glue. Basically, get the trash off of it. I'm seeing it. The long one goes along this edge. And this at the end, obviously, and this is our access point because it's a little bit shorter, so in theory you'd be able to walk on there. So I do want to make sure I get it. Okay. Now, I don't think I've got to hit all of them, but I'm going to. Now line it up, make sure you're flat and stable, and you moved on me. Okay. There we go. Four more seconds. Okay. That's stuck, and I almost missed on the end here. Barely caught on, but I think that'll actually be good because this was going to be borderline whether it would fit too. Alright. A couple more. And alright, now we got, like I say, I'm almost tempted to pop that one off just because that, but I think it's going to be enough of the shade where you're not going to be able to see that detail, and the angle is going to be alright too. So now this one goes here. Like I say, so in theory you got your walkway at the top of the steps. That's what that's for. Okay. Let's see, let me get my... And all the way across. Alright. Be a little bit better with getting this one on solid. Alright. Let's see. That's one completed catwalk. Okay, well. Now, I gotta figure out how to line those two up on the building. Okay. So this, and like I said, this is supposed to go inside that doorway there if I hadn't put that AC unit in the wrong place. I think it can go next to it. That should be okay. So I think we'll put the steps on first. No, yeah, not to, yeah, like that. Ah. That. And this. Oh, I can. Ooh, I can glue this. That's what I do. I put the glue on here, and then I can just set it, fit it in as one piece. In theory, hopefully, maybe. You can learn from my mistakes if this doesn't work. And that small connection should be able to break it off anyway. Okay, so these guys. I hope there's enough flexibility on it when I'm done. I'm going to go in like this. And okay, so now I've got one structure down and broke off one of the steps. I'm gonna live without that. Now you okay, that you see how good that worked. Make sure, yeah, it has it all the way over here. So something like, okay, so about, I see the bricks I want to use it with. Let's see here, let me, okay. I'm gonna mark. So it's gonna be in here. And here. Okay. So let's try it a different direction then. I'm pretty sure that these are the only four pieces that are actually going to connect, and it's definitely the only pieces I can apply pressure to make it stick. So down and give it a good solid 10-12 seconds. Okay, appears to be staying. Now this about like that. Y'all can't see that, but I think that'll work. Yeah. See, a couple of places where I'm making contact, and here. Okay. Yeah, I think that's going to be acceptable. Okay, so move my light up out of the way. I think all of that just to be safe, and hit these guys again. And then we'll stick with the and come on. Okay, and I don't know if this is, hit this a little bit. I don't really expect this to be doing much. Just more decoration of having it there. Okay. Alright, so that's got our catwalk in place there. See the side you'll never see it from once I get all the other buildings built around it. Alright. Now, the tires are supposed to go like over here. They got them sort of stacked up, sort of hanging in midair, so, but I think I'm going to lean them up against the wall, back mirror there in that corner. We get the full reflective abilities of it. I think it's going to look good. And I'm going to stick with super glue. Yeah, actually they've got a little bit further in, so I may go, yeah, they got it closer to the front, so there may need some clearance here, so I am going to stay clear in case we end up with another situation like this over here. I just realized how much I missed, how big a gap I've got back here. All right. Okay, so there, glue on that one, and plop you down out there in front of our ladder. Make it more difficult to climb on. And now this one, I think. I'll try, I think, through there. Maybe I can get a solid enough purchase with that circular. Okay. Give this a good 5, 7, 8, 10, 12 seconds, something like that. Okay, I think it's gonna, yeah, now we got, I say, and from the front we'll never see that. Have to look at it from the top. Because it's right behind that ladder. Alright. But it's a small detail. Alright. Now, I've got stuff to... That's all the stuff that I've got ready to go. So I'm going to take a break and do some cutting. And sort of let that super glue, cure out real good to where it's nice and tight. And I'll be right back and we'll continue. Okay, the next step-ish, these were an incredible pain to cut out, like basically leaves, and that's what I'm going to use to obscure the bright spots under the LEDs on the street. Got my battery pack set up here so I can light them up to know exactly where to put them. Go ahead and do that now, as a matter of fact. That and that. And I'm missing... Okay, so that was actually one of them came loose, so... And now, just sort of put a real light mark on top of where the batteries are, the LEDs are the worst. So now I'm definitely going to put some of these leaves on top of those to try and sort of soften that glow. And we also get to put some moss and some gravel down. So that'll finish up page 15 in the instruction manual. But for this step, I am going to go back to the old Beacon 3-in-1 Advanced Craft Glue. Just go and put a couple of dots down here on top of the worst offenders on my lights. And then try and get these, like I say, I think they're supposed to be leaves. Plop them down on top of them. I say it's just to make it less obvious that they're so bright right there. And after that, we just sort of randomly put them in the street, I think. Yeah. And like I say, it shows I got 1, 2, 3, got 6 left. So I'm just going to do a couple of random drops. I can't reach it from up there. Go underneath, putting this, let's say just a couple of drops here and there. Just that's 4 of them. So let's see if I can get those in place before I. And I just found another, so I've evidently got 7 left. Okay, so I guess I could double double one up. No, come back here. That's a big splotch of glue anyway, so that'll work there. And I put, of course, that's right underneath my crosswalk, so you can't see it anyway. That one probably was too. You back here. That. Alright. Oh. No, okay, so 2 left. And I've got that sort of situation going with them, so I think I'll put one here and one way back here. Just sort of try and sort of evenly distribute them a little bit. So just sort of there. And like I say, back there right next to the mirror. Get it to dab on. There. And then this one here. Maybe. Okay. And we got supposed to do some rocks here, right next to the guardrail, then back here next to our street sign, or stop signal. And I'm thinking, got these, I'm going to try and go with the lighter shaded ones, because I think they'll stand out more. So, pick out three or four really good bright ones, maybe, if I can get into that. I see one I want. You come here. And then not you. You. Actually, that one's got some pretty interesting. I don't know if it's going to show on nice layers to it. What can I zoom in on it? I don't know if it'll even focus on that thing, but it's got some. Say it's sort of got some outcroppings. I guess I should do at least one sort of dark. Yeah, there's a good dark one. I'm gonna put 2 dark ones right next to each other, make it look like a bigger dark one. Ooh, there's the one I want. You can see it in there. Ooh, and that one looks sort of pink. Let's actually get it too. Okay. Come here, you. Get a hold of it. There. Okay, it's out anyway. And then I say that bigger, that one right there. Get to it. Okay, get a hold of it and just. Alright. So those. I'm maybe going a little bit too many rocks there, but I want to have a nice variety. Okay. Like I said, this shows one up here next to our cash register station, so do a reasonable dollop there, and maybe I'll put a couple of them in there. Yeah, I'm going to put that one and the really light one. Just, I think they'll look cool right next to each other, sort of a contrasting situation. Then we'll put the pink one next to our guardrail. here next to our, it's back there. I'll do a couple of the light ones here because I think those are right there next to that garage door light. So maybe they'll light these guys up, or light that guy up because it was bigger than I meant for it to be. And I'm going to tuck one of the dark ones underneath our light in there, I think, just to, it doesn't have one like there, but I think it'll, didn't I say just a little accent piece? Yeah, so sort of that going on, I guess. And that's, like I say, this is the one that looks really interesting. I'm going to slide it underneath our bench right there, which you can't see, but our bench, that's just calling for another rock. To me, anyway. Like I say, that one's got just some interesting features on it to me. I'm probably still not going to focus on it. It doesn't do it justice. It does look really, I think it looks really neat. So let me get you in there. Alright. And then we're supposed to put like a sprig of grass growing up right there out of the sidewalk. So, see if I can get, oh, that's not what I want. I want the moss grass thing. I don't think it's real moss because it doesn't smell bad. It breaks off really good, so easy to make it look like grass. Yeah. That's very good. Just enough to make a good little clump. I'm going to put it right there. It's sticking to the strings. Sticking to something in there. Something's not cooperating me there. Okay, there it goes. Just lay it down and push it in. I think it's going to end up. I think there's static charge on it or something. It's not. That's good. Okay. Get in there. Ah, there it went. Okay, you just don't want to go on there. These guys sort of out and up a bit. Alright, so I think that's a fair representation of a clump of grass, I think. Okay. And now, with that is officially the end of page 15. And we're about 30-something minutes. Okay. I may go a little bit further than I intended, but not much, I don't think. Yeah, because we get to go back into building small details for the other side of the road. Oh. The first one is the stop sign. Okay, so pretty obvious to start with, putting those on this. you in. And same thing over here. I need to see the other side of that so I can see which way I'm supposed to go down. Okay, so like that. So, got them matched up. Get that. And then now into super glue territory, putting the stick on. Yeah, I'm definitely going to do at least a little bit more. Okay. Push one on the bottom and all right. Got our stop sign in, and now this guy goes right below it. Since I got the super glue out already, I'll just stick it on with that maybe. Here. Okay, and voila, got us a stop sign with the security camera warning on it. Stick that into my box of tiny pieces I'm about to have to build. And now I'm going to go pull looks a few more pieces, and there's only a couple to build, so that should be alright. Yeah, let me pull a few more pieces and I'll be right back. Okay, got, the first step, well, one of the steps was to cut all these little signs out, not those two, already done them, but all these others out. But that was pretty boring, so I didn't show you that, but I did do that. So they're sitting over there waiting to be used someday. And then we've got, I think it's, four, should be four. Get to do some more wrapping. Not that kind of wrapping, wrapping the paper. And gluing stuff together. So that, and that all go together. So without any further ado, let's hop in and start some gluing. I think I'm going to start with this one because I think it's going to be the most difficult. And these should be the easiest. Or current, right now that's how it looks like it's going to be anyway. Okay. So this is just that picked up and get it. Let's see here. Like so. And then this will go around, and that'll go around. Yeah, okay. So that should get our creases in place. Okay. And back to the old Gorilla Super Glue. It's getting harder and harder to open. I need to clean off the bottle. I'll get to that eventually. Just get me a swat right there. Swath. That's what I meant to say. up everything, I hope. And then do a little pressure. And I'm off a little bit, but I think it'll still be alright. And I got a little sticking out, so I'm going to go ahead and stick this down, because I see it there. Oh, sorry, y'all couldn't see any of that. Had a little glue seepage there on that end, so I decided to go ahead and stick the top down for. Now, back to this. I'm going to stick a little in the corner there. And try and remember to keep y'all in frame so you can see what's going on here. Alright. That one. Now, I finally did remember to buy me some nail polish remover so I can get all this glue off my fingers when I'm done here tonight. You down and you down. Yeah, it looks like I can finish wrapping around the edge here, maybe. Doop. And that's taking care of that. Let me move this up where it's more center for y'all, so maybe I'll remember to stay in frame. So I'll put that in my box of tiny pieces. Now, got our speed camera warning. So, side to side part should be pretty easy. You and you. With those creases on through. Now the top. Like that. That's where I do not know how I keep my fingernails so dirty. I just sort of, every time I look down, there's more grease or junk or dirt or something underneath there. Clean that right quick. Oh, okay. And I'm generally not that OCD about it, but when I look at them on the screen and see that it like magnifies it about 1,000%. Okay, then you're gonna wrap all the way back around there. Okay, so our speed camera sign will be completed there. Okay. Sloth down there, to say the right word this time. Maybe I can get on the back edge too. Mm-hmm. Okay. A little bit further than I meant to, so that's it. But it went by quick, so let's see if I can't slide a little strip through there. Now we got just these sides to go. Okay. Try and do either end first. Two. All right. All right. And then the top. over. That corner is not great, but it covered it pretty well. Alright, got our speed camera sign. Into the box of tiny pieces. Now on these, I believe I am going to go back to the old beacon glue. These seem to call for a little bit more maneuverability, especially on this. Ooh. I just realized I've got to do some more to those that I just finished, but I'm going to let that glue cure up some. So, looks like to me, first thing I need to do is clean my nozzle off, because it's got me clogged up. Okay. So, need to try and get a little bit on the legs there. And then light coating. And jiggle it and slide it all around, trying to spread that glue out, and then set it in place. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some trim work on the top, but I think that's pretty good. Flip her over and do the same thing again. And dab on the legs. And spread some out in the middle. Slide it around. Okay. Alright. That's not good over here. Go back down. Okay. Alright, I think I got good coverage and everything. And get that knife out and hopefully trim that edge off. Yeah. And alright. I still got some extra there, but I think it's down enough where it's not gonna flop out. Named Apex Galactic. I don't know what trademark they're infringing on that. I don't recognize that, but I'm sure it's something. And then, oh, that's not that. That. And last, well, almost the last sign we're doing anyway. Still got a couple of little doodads to take care of. Okay, should be the easiest one. Just run a bead right down the middle, sort of spread around. There. Try and learn from a mistake with the Cyber Cafe sign and get this on. Whoop. Uh-oh. Not crooked. Where am I? Yeah. Not sure it worked. But I think it'll be more concealable on this. Yeah, it definitely didn't work because it's obviously crooked. Oh well. Maybe this side will be better. Maybe a little more. spread out there. Okay. Almost didn't just totally miss. Okay. This side seems a little more evenly spread out, so let's see if I can mess that up with the squeegee. Yeah, okay. That looks pretty nice. I'm going to let that dry a little bit before I try and trim on it since it's crooked. And then bring these guys back because we are supposed to put on legs, which is just wire that I've cut. So dealing with wire means dealing with Bondic. This is another one of those situations where this is I think going to end up being the ideal glue. But I'm going to add a little more stability to it, I hope. Put it in there. I don't know about stability or not, but it's going to be okay. I can take those off while I wait on it, work on it. Okay, and I say these are supposed to be glued onto there, so I'm gonna one at a time put me a drop of Bondic on there and get my UV ready and just plop you in and hit it. Get all the sides. Okay. So far that seems to have been a good deal. I wasn't expecting it to work that well. You know, maybe premature, but optimism. Another dab on there. And repeat. Missed. Okay, maybe it did go back in. Yeah, it appears it's going to stay. They're crooked. They're on there. Okay. Get these guys back together and pop it off. And make sure I put the bottom up. And do it twice more. Okay. Those deals where I sort of wished I was a little more meticulous about spacing, but I'm gonna. Okay. All right. Okay. So this. Yep. It's staying in there. This is that one. Cool. So we got our legs on that one. Oops, SD card filled up on me again. But basically we got to cut up 9 centimeters out of this one and make one of those coils and whatnot. So get here on the, I don't know if we're using this anymore. This is what we used to make those legs too. So let's see here. So U, mark U. All right. Okay. There it is. Okay, so U there. Then need to strip the wire off, the insulation off the wire. Just get it started on one end. Hopefully. Slightly less scary sharp knife. Not sharp at all, to be honest. There it goes. Should go from there. I thought it would go from there. Usually get started, it'll go. Yeah, there it goes. Got a little more grippy on it. Or not. Okay. Back to the knife. Not put my fingers in front of the blade. That's probably not going to work. Okay, let's go back to this way. Just slowly. Maybe see if I can. See if I can perforate, I guess. I don't think I did. Okay, go the other way. And just this worked so good last time. Okay, here, that's the trick. I knew I remembered how to do that. I just didn't know how I remembered how to do it. Now that'll pop right off there. Up to the point where there we go. Okay, that's what we're looking for. Go through all that, and I'm getting the ugly battery dying symbol. So let me go change my battery, and I'll be back one more time. Okay, got our 9 centimeter doodad. See if I can try and find something to pull this over so I can sort of straighten it out some. Less. Yeah. Get some of the kinks out of it anyway. Yeah, looks better. Okay, I need 3.5 centimeters to make a curve, sort of like that. And then you curl up the rest, just like we did on the other one. So, and somehow, oh, there it is. I've already lost my. Okay. Right there. Okay, so 3.5. Supposed to be curvy. That's reasonably curvy. And then curl up the rest. I've got needle nose sitting right here. Should be the ideal thing to curl it up with. That curl may be too tight, so I'm gonna, if I can get a hold of it, get it in. Okay, get that in the needle nose and sort of squish it down some. Still not sure about that one. Okay, I think that's going to be alright. Let's see, we'll find out when we install it. It doesn't look too bad. I guess I could have curled it a little bit further down, make it bigger, but I think that, it says it's supposed to be 0.7 centimeters. So yeah, I'm at maybe 0.6. I think that's close enough. Okay, so in my box of little tiny things, which is, oh, need to do, almost forgot, you gotta do the trim work on this thing. Okay, then these guys, a little bit more right there. Okay, so that's all cleaned up. I just pulled that part off, but that'd be alright. Okay, here's our box of little tiny things that we've made now. Yeah. So we get to, I say, I'm sure y'all see the pattern, make these, and then we build walls, and it looks like this, and the other side's going to be like a convenience store situation. And we get to try and do another awning, but it does look a little bit bigger than that last one, so maybe it'll be more supported. But here's those. Like I say, that's what we'll be coming up next to be used. And get the structure back out here, and if I can bring me out here, get all the doodads out of the way. These guys back in. I do think that's looking pretty good. Dim the lights a bit. See if we can't give you one more shot of the all the goodies and lighting up. I can get them. Maybe they came unwound again, so I gotta redo the. Okay, and get them untangled too. Whoop. Okay, still in frame. Okay, so you down there, and you top. Alright, that's looking pretty good, I think. And it is hitting off those rocks and the leaves and everything, and that's, I know it's, and it didn't really work to cover up the LEDs with the leaves. It just makes it look like the leaves are glowing. I think it's alright on y'all's end, but in person, I'll show you the back side. It does light up there too. That's cool. And along the edge as well. I think this is going to end up being a good looking set when it's all said and done. Looks like I got cobwebs where all that glue stringing everywhere. But You know, like nice little details. Like I said, I think that's pretty much that side of the street done. There's another catwalk that's going to go across here. So that'll cover up my goof up on the light there. That's where this light ends up living, is underneath there. But yeah, I'm pleased. It's looking good so far. So, as always, folks, compared to recently, this is going to be a quick one. Thanks for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, complain, share. Do whatever you want to with all of that. Be good to one another. Stay safe. And I'll see you next time. Bye. Neo says bye too.